Hi, man, with eTrailer. If you have a 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 6 and you want to carry a variety of different types of bikes, but you also need to make some repairs, or you find yourself needing to make repairs while you're out on the trails, then the Kuat NV 2.0 bike rack is going to be a great option for you. So let's check it out. So first thing I want to point out is how it's fitting back here. We're getting a great fit. Let's say you're on those really bumpy roads, and this is moving quite a bit. We're nowhere near coming into contact with our vehicle. We're also going to have a weight capacity of up to 60 pounds per bike, so that's really great, especially if you want to carry those heavy e-bikes. Now that's really not going to reflect into our tilt-away. To really show you what I'm talking about is if I pull this lever right here, I can actually tilt this back a decent amount. We just got to make sure we watch out for our heads on here. And that's going to give me the ability to really open up my trunk. Now, the reason why I might want to do that is if I'm doing a little bit of shopping, I need to throw my groceries back here, or if I want to get ready for my ride, I'll have that ability. I can grab my shoes, helmet, and then hit the road. Now, once you're ready, you can close your trunk, and then we can lift this back up into the seated position. Now, the way we're going to do that is just by pushing up on it until it clicks into place. Now, if you want a closer look at this, I have to remove my bike. So where I like to start with is going to be this strap back here. If I just press this button, I can actually pull that back and tuck it behind. And the next point is going to be removing this front ratcheting hook. Super easy to do. Just press the button, push up, then away. That's great that we're only making contact with the tires, because if you have any carbon frame, alternative frame bikes, or any bike with a nice paint job, you probably don't want any frame contact. But when you're done, you can take this out for a ride. Now, if we take a closer look at those cradles we have on, you notice we have a couple different divots in there. What that's for is if you have different tire sizes, so this will be able to accommodate skinny, standard, and then your 5-inch fat tires. And on the other side, you'll notice we have this strap. We want to make sure we tuck that away, but what I like about it is to actually push up and down on the tray to accommodate different wheelbases. And right next to that, we're going to have this integrated bike cable lock. So it's just nice that you won't be able to lose that. Now, before you hit the road, you want to make sure you put this back down, because you don't want to drive out like that. And from here, we can get a few measurements. The first one I'm going to get is going to be the distance that sticks out. That's going to be about 32 inches. So if you're in those really tight spots, like a parking spot garage, I just recommend keeping an eye on it. Now, for our ground clearance, from the furthest point out, that's going to be about 18.5 inches, which is pretty good thanks to our rise and our shank. Something to think about though is lifting up your bikes up here, especially those heavy ones. Now that's not too much of a lift, but it's definitely something to consider. Now if you want to save some space, you definitely can. All we have to do is pull that lever, the same one we used to tilt it back earlier, push up this time until it clicks into place. And now if I go from our back bumper to the back of the carrier, that's going to be a little bit under 15 inches, so that's going to save you a lot of room. Now we can kind of see how it's interacting with the Ioniq 6. So we are going to block a few things. We're mainly going to block our license plate. That's just kind of the nature of platform bike racks. They block a lot of things that are low. But since we do have this bike repair stand, that is going to get in the way of our backup camera. And for our taillights, that's mostly going to be unobstructed. The center will be blocked some, but your turning signals and then your other brake light won't be blocked at all. Now, actually talking about that bike repair stand, we can kind of take a closer look at that and how it operates. It's really quick to get out, open. All you have to do is turn a few knobs, open it up, then you can even adjust how wide that is to grab onto your frame. Perfect for if you ever had something happen to your bike while you're out on the trails, you need to make an adjustment. It's nice just to have that built into your rack, not something else that you have to bring with you when you go out and hit the roads. Now we're going to take a closer look at how this installs too. we're going to have this 2-inch shank, and that's going to go into your 2-inch hitch receiver. We're then going to have a pin that goes through and connects to this lock core here. That lock core is just giving us extra security, and it's using the same key system as our integrated bike cable lock. At the very back of here too, we're going to have this anti-rattle device. What I like about this is super easy to use, tool free. You're just going to turn it with your hand, and it's going to take out the rattle that you can get with a bike rack. So it's giving us a better fit overall. Now, in my opinion, I think this is a great option for you if you're looking at carrying a variety of different types of bikes. I know a lot of the guys down here in the shops, this is usually one of their top choices just for a rack. Now, if you don't really need that integrated or that bike repair stand, you're pretty fine making your adjustments at home, then I'd recommend checking out the Rocky Mounts monorail bike rack, because it's going to have a lot of the same features as this. It's just going to miss out on that bike stand and those integrated locks. But everything else, the weight capacity, how it holds your bikes, is going to be the same. But overall, I think this is more of a sleek design on the back of our vehicle too. So if you want something that's going to look nice, this is going to be one of the best options for you. So that's just a look at the Kuat NV 2.0 bike rack on the back of our 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 6. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or a pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Now lastly, we're going over some full speed bumps, and we can see here the up and down action. And this will just be like driving in and out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway.